The Phantom Toll Booth, your gateway to music and more from a Christian perspective, presents press conferences from the only Christian music festival that really matters, the Cornerstone Festival 2012. Sit back, relax, and you will hear from some of the most fascinating, intriguing, and sometimes controversial musicians, authors, and organizations around. Tollbooth.org. Slow down and have your change ready.
Thanks once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us at the Phantom Toll Booth, Cornerstone 2012 Press Tent. Joining us this afternoon is Mike Main and the Branches with your host, Darren Depew.
Hey, thanks for coming. Let's go ahead and go down the table and say your name, what instrument you play in the band.
My name is Mike. I play guitar and sing.
My name is Nate, and this isn't on. And I play the bass guitar. Hey. My name is Nate. Hey.
My name is Shannon, and Hello, hi. Woo!
Hey.
I'm Shannon. Oh, okay. I'm Shannon, and I tickle the ivories.
I'm David, and I play the drums.
And you have what? You have a fifth, and who is it that's not with us?
His name is Chet. He is with us in spirit, hailing from the great state of Kansas.
Okay, so you're playing as a four-piece?
We'll be a five-piece tonight.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about your sound and who your influences are.
Good old indie rock, I guess. Dancey. Influences are definitely, I would say, across the board. Me Without You, all the way up to Bruce Springsteen and Coldplay, and there's just a big gamut of influences.
I can see Springsteen dancing around with a tambourine. That would be awesome. So, any Cornerstone bands that had any particular influence on you? Or maybe why you wanted to do what you do?
I feel like this is a toss-up between David and I, and you start now.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really sold on the idea of pursuing music until like Cornerstone 2007. When I saw like Me Without You playing on some generator stage and like 400 kids surrounding them, like standing in the street and them just playing in the dirt, and like seeing that energy and seeing like the passion that music can bring out in people was a super inspiring thing. And so that's been a really influential thing for me.
Yeah, I never got to actually come to Cornerstone until last year, but I knew that is where Me Without You got their start, and I just remember hearing them for the first time and thought they were the most terrible sounding band I've ever heard. At least up to that point, I'm like, this guy sucks at singing. But then as time progressed, it was just like, an alarm went off, and I just kind of woke up and realized that, this is incredible. And as a lyricist, Aaron really changed my life, especially. But I feel like kind of looking through the lens of history, especially in the vein of Cornerstone, I don't think Me Without You would be Me Without You if it wasn't for this festival, because this is kind of where the team that got them to where they are discovered them. And so definitely grateful for Cornerstone for them, for sure.
So you mentioned, last year was your first time at the festival ever.
Mm-hmm.
So you came basically as a musician then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I could have been here not as one, too.
Okay. Well, how about the rest of you? How far back do you go with the festival, and what's some of your fondest memories?
Last year was my first year, too, as a musician. And my fondest memory was it was 100 degrees, and we were playing. I almost died on stage. Most certainly.
I came in 2007 as well for a few years, and it's much hotter now than it was then. So those are my fondest memories.
For me, my fondest memory of Cornerstone is this is my fifth year being here, and for me, it's not so much about the music as it is like the community and the people who are here. And there's a certain atmosphere and spirit about the people here that just feels like home, only with less air conditioning, I'm afraid.
You mean home minus air conditioning?
Right.
Or breeze or anything resembling slightest cool.
Anyway.
So y'all are pretty young, but you come here as a new band or as fans, and have you gone to any other festivals? Did any of you go to, say, Creation Fest or Ichthus, and how do those experiences compare to going to this festival?
I think they're all similar in a lot of ways, but I think each festival is very it has kind of their own individual characteristics that kind of separate them all in a really beautiful way. I think Ichthus especially was really neat. That was the first time that we had played there this year. That was also extremely hot, but overall, I sensed at that festival what a lot of people kind of described about the olden days of Cornerstone. It seemed like a very communal vibe, and everybody was there to kind of share, their appreciation for faith and art and community. I thought it was really beautiful.
So, what's your basic philosophy about why you do what you do? What's your artistic outlook?
I mean, I think that it probably varies for each of us to some degree. Like, we're all four individuals, and we all four have different motivations for doing the things that we do. So I don't know that it would really be fair of any of us to speak on behalf of the whole and say that we have one, like, unified motivation for what we do. I think that, I know for me personally, at least, like, I think I can probably speak for everyone in saying that we really appreciate the opportunity to get to meet the people that come to our shows and interact with fans and make new friends and stuff, and that's definitely a driving force behind it. But I think it would be overstepping for any of us to suggest that we're all completely on the same page about everything as far as like what motivates us to do what we do. But I think more than anything, like, we all just really love the people who come to shows and the people who are part of that community, and it's exciting to be able to be a part of that and to create music together.
About how many shows have you done in the last year?
Man, 100, maybe. Give or take. Sadly, this year we haven't been able to be out on the road as much as we would like for some pretty obvious reasons. But yeah.
What region do you travel in when you're touring?
The United States predominantly, which is where we're from, and then we've been to Switzerland, like Europe and Australia as well. Europe was really cool. That was fun.
So you have a recording out. Tell us a little bit about that.
Home, we just re-released back in June. We were, back then, when we kind of started making the record and the songs, David and I were just a couple of kids, I guess lost souls in Texas, if you will, kind of trying to iron out or carve out a direction or a footpath, for our lives. And I think he and I have collectively agreed that
you
really
shouldn't break
like
into
this.
cars.
Yeah. Nothing like the sound of a car alarm and Tootsie Rolls everywhere. But that we kind of saved one another from forfeiting our true passion of music. And I think the record itself is a conglomeration of a lot of the different influences that we've had growing up. Yeah. You anything?
Sorry, we got distracted by the table full of Tootsie Rolls over here.
That's quite all right. That's the main purpose of having people come, is to enjoy the
That's the main purpose for us coming.
that and the shade.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, who were you anxious to see when you knew you were coming to the festival this year?
I mean, I think the one that probably sticks out for all of us is Grave Robber. I think they've been a significant part of Cornerstone and I don't know, just a really influential force in my life on a personal level. I don't know if I speak for everyone with that, but that was probably the most memorable moment of Cornerstone so far for me. There's just something really moving about just spraying an entire crowd with fake blood that does it for me.
A lot of the bands that I would have liked to have seen, I didn't get to see because I just got here today, but I would have enjoyed seeing Listener. I think they're really talented. The La Delay, The Soil and the Sun, to name a couple.
I wish I
no
could have saw the
shortage.
Laudelay. They're good friends of ours, and they're really cool. But I got here today too, so I didn't get to see them either.
Yeah, they're the best band at this festival this year.
Who's that?
The Law Delay.
So what are your plans for the future, the near future?
Tonight we have a show. We're gonna play that show. And
How
then-
near are we talking?
Yeah. And then we're gonna tour this fall, and then and after that, we're gonna start kind of carving out the next record, and hope aim to release that by about this time next year.
We're playing in Holland in August as well.
Oh yeah.
Sounds fun. Where are you going to be touring in the States in case somebody wants to catch you?
September and October will have us Midwest, and then hopefully we'll be heading out west in November.
Well, speaking of touring and speaking of circumstances not allowing you to do as many shows as you would want, could you get into some of your touring tragedies and how you've overcome them?
Yeah. One tragedy in particular was a phone call that David made to an operator at approximately 3 a.m. in the morning while driving through Gary, Indiana, and he was requesting if there was any 24-hour ice cream sandwich shops available that we could stop at and get some ice cream sandwiches. He was informed that there were none of those in existence. So that was a huge bummer.
Yeah, swing and a miss, Gary, Indiana.
Yeah. We got our van stolen, and that puts a whole new spin on Remember the Alamo, if you will. We won't forget the Alamo. Definitely won't forget the Alamo.
We should clarify, it got stolen at the Alamo. It's
Yeah.
not completely unrelated.
Yeah. We were down there in May, and David had shared with me like the entire story of Davy Crockett, and I was really inspired by that, and so said, well, let's go there and check it out. So we parked our van in a parking lot, because that's usually where you park it, and went to the Alamo and came back like 45 minutes later, and our van was gone. And super long story short, it was stolen, and it was an interesting experience, because I think a lot of people, and rightfully so and understandably so, would get discouraged to encounter an obstacle such as that, and kind of pack their bags and head home. But the thing that we all agreed on is, that we're going to finish this tour regardless. And to date, that has been, whether looking at it from like a fiscally economical, way, that's been our most successful tour, which obviously if we were in the music business for that, we'd probably have quit a long time ago. But overall, it was the most successful tour as far as just effectiveness, quality of shows, and really feeling like we engaged the people that share our music with us.
So you spent 100 shows last year. That's a lot of traveling. Do you guys tend to get on each other's nerves, or is somebody the big practical joker?
I'm really, as you all have probably been aware, I'm really bad at humor, so I'm not the practical guy. David's pretty quick on his toes with that stuff, though, I would say. See what I mean? See what I'm saying? Like, it's a dud right now.
We're looking for water balloon and shaving cream stories.
Oh man, no.
I
pillow
would be
fight.
interested to
Pillow
know
fight.
what story combines both water balloons and shaving cream. That's a party I want to be
It's
at.
an Andor.
We're not big pranksters. I think there's bands that we've done things to
Ooh,
that we're
I've
not
got a-
going
I've got a
to
good one.
share.
We were driving. We were on tour with this terrible band from California. I won't say their name, but we were on tour with them, and they were just really getting on our nerves. And so we wanted to start playing like some practical jokes on them. But Mike, as he alluded to, doesn't have the firmest grasp on humor. And so he, as we were driving past them on the highway, they rolled their window down and they were like throwing stuff at our van and stuff. It's just something that happens And so Mike rolls his window down, grabs a carton of orange juice, and throws it. We're driving 70 miles an hour, so his odds aren't good to begin with in his defense. But their window is rolled down. The carton of orange juice goes straight into their driver's seat, hits the dashboard, and just explodes all over the entire van. They're like swerving. They almost died. We would have felt awful. But that's probably the wildest that we've gotten.
They got their, I don't know what vitamin comes in oranges, but they definitely got it that day. But they got their vitamin C that day.
Amongst others. But.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us again when you're playing tonight.
7 o'clock.
That's not true.
8 o'clock.
We're playing at 8 o'clock.
We're playing at 8:10, I think.
We're playing at 8:10 at the gallery stage.
Yeah, that's right. That's accurate.
So you're playing at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 8:10 at the gallery stage.
It's going to be a busy night.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun.
You're going to get one set started and start another set right behind
Yep.
it. So.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to see that definitely, but does anyone out in the audience have any questions?
Either in the white shirt.
You guys are playing at 7?
Yeah.
7, 8, and 8:10. Be there 3 times.
It should be pointed out that Matthew here plays in the band that is playing at 7.
We have a question from the audience.
Oh, dang.
All right, it's not money. Losing all your gear, all your merchandise, and your mode of transportation didn't stop you. It's not pranking other bands. It's not for the fun of it, clearly. You're quite humorless. Why are you doing this? Please tell us your motivation.
I kind of like David said, it's
We're
tough.
not good at anything else other than music, so.
I mean, clearly I could have been a comedian, but I've decided to take the road less traveled. That would have been a really good opportunity for you all to laugh. No, I mean, I love playing guitar. That's it, you know, and I just like playing a guitar with my friends who are my family that I love and cherish. And there's something that's incredible that happens when you go from writing a song during the week that, you know, you're kind of questioning the purpose of your existence and thinking about suicide to, you know, playing a show in front of a couple of hundred people that are singing all of those same words back to you. And I think it, you know, I've heard it once said that you know the value of something by how much it costs. And I think when you've spent 2 years on the road, you know, and having 10 cents to your name, but showing up to a show where some kid's life was changed by some lyric that you wrote at a really dark moment in your life, that's why I do it, and that's why I'm gonna, you know, keep doing it, you know, and because I love playing music with these guys, you know.
Well, thanks for coming over and talking to us. And we have a artist registry on the back there. Please go back and sign your name. This is Mike Maines and the Branches. Go check him out at the gallery tonight.
Thanks for stopping by the Phantom Toll Booth on YouTube. Before you go, make sure you visit our website and browse around our album, movie, concert, and book reviews, the latest music news, and our extensive archives dating back 16 years. Bookmark our site, check out our videos and news feed. Make room for that shadowy structure on your journey ahead. Tollbooth.org, slow down, and have your change ready.